Oh,
See.
I didn't know it did that.
See. I think it's because
Have you ever considered getting married and then living across the world with a different, or visiting across the world with a different identity, with an alternative lifestyle? Okay, that was kind of weird to ask.
not really, but now that I think about it, maybe
Could you imagine that? That'd be crazy.
if I really needed to start new, then like
Yeah.
No, but even then, like starting new is so hard because like when I got to college, I was like, I didn't really know who I was like outside of like my life in Irvine or like my friends in Irvine. So that was just like a really weird shift because I was like, what do I want to like show people or like what I want to give off?
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that because even though I went to in a university that was in the same city as my high school, like it was still interesting because not many people from my high school at all went to there. And then I had the same experience where I didn't know what I wanted to show or what I wanted to be once I went there. So it's kind of interesting that you say that too, despite us like me staying here and you going far. But I think it's kind of similar because we didn't have as many people from our high school go to those universities compared to something like UCI or IVC or something.
Yeah. I mean, like I tried to keep in touch with like my high school friends, but like over there in my school, but even then it's really hard because I think now everyone has different schedules and different priorities too. So like honestly, like you don't really have time for like to do everything and for everyone. So it's really just like
Yeah.
what you think you can handle.
Yeah. I think something interesting about college too is like a lot of it is focusing on yourself,
Yeah.
especially with like the kind of more flexible schedule. Like there's no periods or anything where it's a set time where you have to be somewhere and stuff like that.
I think like another thing that's been a problem with like me at least is just getting FOMO and like fear of missing out and wanting to like go out and do things and like be out with friends all the time. But I think I really had to learn that like sometimes like I need time to myself or like I need to like sit myself down and really lock in for school.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think, do you think it's like the fear of missing out with your friends or the fear of missing out on the opportunity to do something that you've never done before? For example, right? For me, when I'm out with my friends, like, or if they happen to go out without me because I'm busy or something like that, it's not really like fear of missing out because I know that I'm still like looped into that friend group. But it's if it's something like they're going to a special place that we wouldn't have the opportunity to go for, or we wouldn't be able to go after or another time, then like I'm a lot more likely to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, too, in high school, I didn't do choir until my senior year. And that was something that was like, I'm never going to be able to do this in high school again. So I wanted to do it. You know, has that ever went through your mind as well?
Yeah, I mean like I think I didn't really have I did go out a little bit during like summers and everything and like especially senior year I went out a lot with my friends, but with college I feel like it's a little bit different because I get to like actually like go out and like because I'm a little bit like of age and a little bit and I think like the other week me and my friends we went to San Francisco like on a whim from like 12 a.m. to like 5. Yeah, I was so tired that day.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be. Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah, isn't it interesting too that like when everything is new in high school and like you just want to try everything. In my experience, I had like a lot of energy about it, you know, because I was
Yeah.
so excited to try so many things. And now that I'm in college, it's kind of weird because I'm like technically more available to do stuff now that we're both 18. But it's like I don't have as much urge to do that. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm more paranoid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How so?
Like the whole drive, I was just wondering, like, what if like it was raining that day, and I was like, what if we get into a car crash, like, whatever. And also like since we're 18, we're also like liable for like whatever the fuck we do.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so that's another thing that scares me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little intimidating with like the no hand holding from your parents anymore. Yeah. I don't know. In my experience, other than like financially and the fact that I live in the same house, my parents have raised me to be kind of more independent in my personality. Like
Yeah.
they expected me to kind of do stuff on my own and like, you know, just not not do anything crazy, not get myself hurt or like get in crazy trouble, right? Yeah. Do you think it was different for you? Do you think you were like overly protected or sheltered because of your parents and it was weird going to college?
Yeah, and okay, well, I tried to like not be too over sheltered and like tell them like, hey, I got this. Like, don't worry. But I think even when I went to college, they were still like sending me like articles of things that I should like look out for and
Oh
like
wow.
yeah. And they were constantly like, don't do any drugs, no alcohol, anything like that. And I listened.
Yeah. So, but like even if it might be a little annoying, or do you think it's a little annoying? Truthfully.
Um, I think it okay, sometimes it can get a little bit like too much, but I mean like they're doing it out of like love and
Yeah.
care.
You
So
can't
I
even blame
don't
them.
mind it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like for me it's a bit annoying too because I'm like hearing it over and over again.
Yeah.
But yeah. But the thing is too, I think sometimes have you ever seen those people who are like fresh out of high school and
Mhm.
very clearly like their first time out of being like pampered by their parents and stuff and now they could try all those new things. Have you ever seen those type of people? Not even just in college, but also in high school too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mm, oh my god. No, I'm not gonna say that. Sounds shady.
Okay.
But yeah. I think there are some people that are just like learning to do things on their own and some people are just like yeah. Everyone has different ways of dealing with things.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting too when it's like actually I could ask this too, but I'll preface it. Like have you ever met people your age who have lived like a completely different life, you know, despite even like being in similar situations. Like people at our high school have done like very different things from one another, even if they're the same age. And then like, have you ever seen someone and just be like, was like, wow, we've never like we really can't relate, even though like we're the same age and we might have been exposed to the same things, right?
I think it's like the opposite. Like me and my friend group, all of us, like we're all from different parts of California and one of them's from Seattle. Yeah. But a lot of us have like different backgrounds and everything, but somehow like we're all like very similar,
Really?
which is like kind of what brought us like all together. Like not even just like our whole floor or like our whole like rooms, like all the rooms. We're all engineering majors basically. So, but like we all have different backgrounds and like somehow we're still able to like what's it called? Like vibe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. So do you think that like in a friend group, is it more opposites attract or more similar people would attract?
Mm, honestly, I feel like similar, but then like it kind of turns into opposites. Like,
Oh really?
yeah. There, I think like once you get deeper, like once you know another person like beyond surface level, it becomes a little bit more like opposites attract. And like, I like hearing like random hot takes or like opposing takes from my friends.
Oh, we could do that
Yeah.
too. But yeah, I would agree too. I mean, it's kind of a meme with especially guy trios, but it's like how three guys become like really close friends despite being like pretty drastically different in a lot of ways. But like how you said, we all just end up vibing together. For example, like I don't know, the guy who has like a girlfriend is like basically married, the guy who gets like so much play and is kind of a whore, and then the guy who is scared of women all ends up being a trio. Definitely at the deeper level, I would prefer the opposites attract because I like learning about like new perspectives, like how you said as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, have you heard like the olive theory?
Oh yeah, like fitting in. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think it originated from Friends. It could be another show.
Yeah.
But basically like one person just doesn't like olives, but then like the other person likes olives. So they'll just take it off and give it to the other person.
It kind of matches up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that applies for friendships too?
No. Well, I think like with my friendships, I need it to be like situation based. So
Oh
if
really?
like I'm being like really delusional or like I'm working myself up and I just like I'm so mad about something, like someone else needs to like be able to be like, yo, you're doing too much. You're like,
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like
Mhm.
like I think it should switch. And like I know like my friend Leah, she's me and her like almost the same person. Like with the amount of time that we've been spending together. And like that's another thing. Like with college, you're literally on like Love Island time, like constantly. Like
Yeah.
you're around the same people or like at least me, like I was around the same people constantly because like I had to always go back to my dorm, and then I had the same classes with them because
Mhm.
we're on the same like little roadmap for classes. But I think like it's important that you guys are similar, but then like you can be opposite like later on, like especially when it comes to like situations.
Mhm.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
Mhm.
like with like conflicts, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
When you start like getting over like all the small talk and everything, like you really know each other and you're starting to like get each other's mannerisms, like I feel like it's important to keep each other grounded.
Mm. Yeah. I would agree. And like it's a common theme too, but in terms of a relationship, for example, but I guess also anything too, like your friends won't have the rose colored glasses that you might,
Yeah.
right? I think it's also very important that I don't know, this is my opinion, but I think like people who like I don't know, her kind of a pushover in talking about like I don't think this is good for you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like those people or like those friends who won't stop you when you've been like I don't know, like acting too crazy or had too much to drink or something like that, right? Like Loki, those aren't the people who would like have your back or like protect you, you know? Even if like you guys are having a lot of fun, it won't get like deeper than surface level if they
Yeah.
don't care about you like that.
You need someone that like will fully like bring you down to earth if you're
Hmm.
too far.
Yeah, if you're acting like too crazy or acting out of line, like it's important that someone says that to you,
Yeah.
right?
Like my friends collect my shit whenever like I'm because okay, I end up rambling a lot, and especially when I get mad, like I get riled up and I'm just like I fucking hate this bitch or whatever. But I think like it's nice to have like someone who's just like calm and like has a different perspective.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no one that you would, or at least for me, there's no one that I would prefer more to say that to than like my best friend that I trust,
Yeah.
you know?
That's why I think friends like are so important. Like I think there's this saying that you are who your friends are. And I feel like the people you choose to surround yourself with is like very important, like and it says something about you.
Yeah, I've said before that like we're a mosaic of the people around us, right? And like if you're around people who will force you to do bad decisions, then you'll become peer pressured and then, you know, you'll reflect those behaviors, right?
Yeah.
And so I agree that it's very important to have people around you who would support you and like ground you, you know, when you need to do things. I think also too, like how I said, it's really important that you need people, especially friends who like support you through things, right? And not just like would just leave you in case in at the point where it gets like annoying for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like stay when you do get annoying, cuz I feel like when you hang out with someone like for a while and when you really start to build friendships, like you see like true colors, and sometimes like they're not like what you walk into like at the beginning. So I think it's important to like if you're doing something bad, or like if you're not yourself, like you should have someone to like hey, like what's going on? Like I know this isn't really you.
Yeah. I think too, like confrontation, like we talked about it before, is very important for friendships to like really like say it to their face and like say it respectfully, but you know, like how we were talking about like ground them when they need to be grounded. And so, yeah, I think it's really important that people become comfortable with that confrontation and tell people like you're making this person uncomfortable if you're making me uncomfortable or doing something right. Because not all behavior can just be excused because you're friends, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I would, yeah. I think too that like we're saying all these things, but friendships really are nuanced. And like once it gets to that deeper level that you want to like spend a lot of time with and like your best friends you can confide in them, it's really difficult to properly explain what you expect for them, right? And like compatibility within friendships also becomes really important as well. So I wanted to talk about like what do you think about in friendships like chemistry versus compatibility? You know what I mean? And like which one is more important in different stages of the friendship.
I think chemistry is important, like in the beginning, because like if I don't vibe with you, like from the get go, I mean, that can also go the opposite way. Like I can sometimes I think that, oh, this person like really hates me, like I should keep
Oh
distance,
yeah,
and then like you actually get to know them, and like you guys vibe.
yeah.
But like compatibility, I feel like that's later on, and that's just like with the amount of time that we've spent together and like we've known each other for, are you like really someone that I want to surround myself with? Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. But for me specifically, I think compatibility is really important because I like to have like these deeper talks or like similar philosophies about things or similar ways of thinking. Not necessarily, but it's like I wouldn't want to be with someone who is unable to like connect and reflect, you know?
Yeah, or like have deep conversations with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But I honestly like, I know you said having similar like viewpoints. Like I know me and my friends, like we have some opposing viewpoints on some things. Like like when it comes to like politics and everything, it's so complicated. So I feel like that's like something that we can both understand. Like we can both have our own viewpoints and like not push it on the other person and just like
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah. I think it's important too to differentiate between the opinion and the person. Yeah, it's only like one like version or like one way of thinking of the many things that make them a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the beginning too, there's so many times where it's like, wow, this person is so cool, and then we just like never really talk again. It was kind of just like a one-off like friendship interaction, just like pure chemistry because sometimes in my experience, like I'm just not in the mind to be like kind of mature about it. I just kind of like want to vibe and fuck around and like meet a person,
Yeah.
and not
Like
really
not
like
everything
be.
has to be deep.
Yeah.
Like some friends are good for like being acquaintances and like catch up here and there, but some friends like you want to be able to like, you know,
Yeah.
like not really talk shit. Like okay, with um with like acquaintance friends, like I'll fully like debrief with you and be like, yo, I don't fuck with this bitch. But like with other ones, like I want to be able to be like, I'm not feeling it right now, and like I just really haven't been feeling it myself lately, and like you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It's kind of related to the. Have you ever heard of? It's like easier to tell a stranger your secrets than your closest friends. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You might have to explain it a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting because the point is when you talk to a stranger and like being honest with a stranger, it's like you're able to get it off of your chest, and then like you'll probably just never meet them again, and so it's off your chest and you never have to deal with it, right? But if you confide in something with someone that you really trust, or if you confide in someone that you'll be in interaction with, like they'll just remember that aspect around you, like they'll still be around you. And so, like, would you agree that it's easier to tell a stranger than, let's say, not your closest friend, but like a person that you've been like friends with for a little bit about something that you'd want to confide them in about?
I think for me it was the opposite. Like especially when trying to get all my friends, I was very guarded. And like I had a bunch of like boundaries with myself, especially so I was like I can't say this around certain people because like you don't know how they're going to like take it and run with it.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean? Um or like kind of what's it called? Kind of like take that or like perceive it. Because like I didn't want to have this false narrative of like myself into someone else's head like, oh yeah, like I wanted to come off as like a really fun person, but like fun in college is just like party girl and everything, and like that, like easygoing, and like I wanted to be like someone that everyone can like vibe with and everything. And I feel like that was really good like at the beginning, but then like people only perceive me as someone who like going out and like only like someone that only like likes to have fun all the time. So that's when I was like, I really have to like reel myself back in and like start thinking about like, is this really the people I want to like surround myself with? So like what you put yourself out as is what you're gonna like get back. So I didn't want to like I didn't want to be the girl that like no shame to anyone who like does this, but like I personally I wanted to like be academically driven or like have a balance of friends that were like both going out friends and academically driven.
Yeah. And like how you said, no offense to anyone who does that. I feel like you just have to be yourself though.
Yeah.
You know? Like and if that's what you want to be and you're not around people who will perceive you as someone who would do that, then it definitely is pressuring. So what I'm saying is like personally too, I feel like there are times when people's perception of me kind of makes me want to act in that way, you know? Like if someone expects me to actually, if someone expects me to like be responsible or deal with something or like do something, then like I would be more pressured to do it, right? And that's kind of where the basis of peer pressure comes from. It's not only just like when this is something that kind of bothers me now I think about it with teachers and people who teach it what peer pressure is. It's not just like your friends want to do it so you want to do it with them to feel included. It's also like people might perceive you as the person who would do it and then you don't want to just like
Yeah.
seem fake or seem like you're putting a false persona too. That's also an important aspect of what's it called? Peer pressure. Because perceptions is so strong in a person, especially in an impressionable age like us in college.
I feel like like self for me at least like self pressure is a little bit more than like peer pressure and like
Exactly.
if
Yeah.
I don't do this then like I'm gonna miss out or like I'm not gonna be seen as like someone that like people want to hang out with. But like I don't know, like it's really different compared to like the movies and like what we're seeing in like media and everything.
Yeah. And I think too, like feeling not like yourself and having to weigh these different thoughts of what you want to do, all right, is like it takes a toll on your mind. At least me, right? It takes a big toll on your mind and it's something that could really accumulate and build up, you know? Like having that mental pressure really can like affect your friendships, but also your academics and
Yeah.
any other things that you might be passionate about. It's really hard to understate like how big mental pressure can build up and how much of a toll it really can take.
Yeah. And I think that's important to like have a good circle of friends around you because like when you're not feeling like yourself and you're like you really need to like get your feelings out there, like just really talk about it. You need people that you can like trust with
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
not only trust but like are comfortable like being vulnerable around.
Yeah. I think also too, those friends who can do both, like those friends who are willing to listen, but also, if you don't want to talk about it at that time, those people who are just willing to just vibe with you and make you laugh anyways. Yeah, I think too, I mean, it kind of depends on the situation, but something that a lot of people enjoy is when like their friends try to make them laugh when they're annoyed at times, not all the time,
Yeah.
but like it really shows like the effort that somebody will put in for you.
Or like how much they know you too.
Oh yeah. Like this guy would probably laugh at this. Yeah. But it really is such a nice feeling to have those people who could really do both. Like that chemistry and that compatibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friends, they never know when like I'm actually like crying because like I laugh cry.
Oh yeah.
But like I will be like freaking the fuck out. But then they just like they find ways to be like, you know what, it's okay because like I don't know, I can't think of anything. Like he was chopped as fuck. I don't really cry over boys, but biggest friendship icks.
That's a good question because personally, I'm someone who does like to vibe with multiple different people, and like learn those new perspectives. But I think like over talking about yourself is a big one. Like I mean, I will admit like I used to have this habit a while ago too, and I'm not perfect about it. But people who just like talk over and over about themselves and like gas themselves up and very clearly is more absorbed in themselves than someone else.
No, when they try to act humble about it, you too.
Oh yeah. That's like really annoying. Well, what do you think?
I think for mine, it's just like I saw a lot of like performative people. Okay.
Stop. Okay, all right.
I think because everyone was like trying to make friends and like everything, they were trying to put themselves out as like someone who's like and like, ugh, sorry, I'm just like
Like someone
saying,
who knows.
yeah, as someone who's like chill and like nonchalant and whatever,
Hmm.
and that's just like really,
Yeah, like it is a preference thing too. Like I think when people try to, yeah, like when people try to like act like that.
like a lot of people like especially on my floor like want to come off as like edgy, so like they'll like
Mm,
say something or like swear like they just learned how to. I don't know, maybe that's just like a me thing.
yeah, I mean, it is like personal. Like it is a personal thing too. It doesn't
Yeah.
apply for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are some people like the performative male thing. There are some people who are just actually like that.
I like when it's
And
like
they're cool.
ironic, but when it gets unironic, that's when it's not funny anymore.
Really? Yep.
Yeah.
But I've seen like really performative males, and they're actually like pretty cool when you talk to them, and they're not like too like annoying.
They're alright.
Well, yeah, it's a preference thing anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think is another friendship ick?
Um when they're not considerate.
Ooh, like how?
Like,
That's a good one.
I think like me and my friends will like okay, small like knowing the small things is like I feel like important in any like relationship. Like I'd like to know. Oh, okay. So like my friends, they really like snacking and like we'll hang out in like the lounge and not want to go to the dining hall. So like I have a little box of like treats that's just for them. And like they're like little like gummy snacks and like chips and everything. And like I'll just ask like, "Oh, are you hungry?" And like they're like, "Yes." And then like I already know they're hungry sometimes, so like I just bring them out before they get there and then like have them ready for them. Or like what is something Leah does? Um What else? Something Leah does. Like me and my friends like will ask each other like if we're okay. Like in group settings, like we won't even like say it verbally. Like we'll just like give each other a look and like are you okay? And like I think it's like also nice to know when like some of my friends know that there's something going on or like when I know something's going on with my friend and everything. I feel like that's like it's a different level of friendship.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say something similar too, and it's like more specifically for guys because I think girls do it more, but people who are uncomfortable giving compliments
Yeah.
is like what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like it's really not that deep, you know. So
Sometimes like when you don't hype your friend up, like that's weird.
that's L man's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it gives insecure and like
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah. Exactly. That's what I think too.
yeah.
Yeah. I think also compliments are a big part of like what's it called? Showing that deeper level too.
Yeah.
Like not just always like fucking around and like talking and laughing, but also saying that like kind of like paying attention to the small details too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's a big part for getting it to that next level. So yeah.
I think that we were talking about this earlier, but like do you think it's okay that some friendships like kind of go past like the friendship thing and it's like relationship things, like it turns into a relationship?
Are you saying if friends to lovers is good?
No, but just like you're still friends, but like you have like the obligation to like a relationship. Like we have to like hang out all the time, and, like text. Do you think that's okay for like friendships and
Like a high maintenance friendships?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. I think yes, with a caveat. I think like friendships definitely can blossom to high maintenance friendships, especially if it's convenient, you know. Like if they're right next to each other like a dorm, yeah. If they're right next to each other and then they ask to like see each other often and both people are comfortable with each other clearly because they've been friends,
Yeah.
then I definitely think like a high maintenance friendship. Are you asking if it's like a good thing or
Yeah.
I would say yes. I would yes if both people are willing, you know? Like I think for me, for example, like I'm not someone who has like an infinite social battery. Like I can't hang out with people literally every day. But for somebody who is willing to hang out or like for somebody who can hang out with someone every day and the other person feels the same, then I think a high maintenance friendship is like reasonable and it's a good thing. Because it's like if it fulfills both of what each other wants, then like why not? You know,
Yeah.
it would just make more sense. I think too, like I said, convenience is a big thing. Like if it's inconvenient and it's unrealistic, like if you guys live like hours away, then it's not realistic to be high maintenance. But if the both of you, or if it's a friend group too, like if everyone understands it, then it's not a big deal.
I don't know. I say that because like I used to have like a lot of high maintenance. Like I feel like I'm kind of like a high maintenance friend, and like if you don't really like initiate things first and like more than I am, because like I will like I'll be willing to like talk to you first and whatever, but like if you're not putting in any like effort to like kind of talk to me first, it makes me feel like I'm not valued as much in your mind. So that's why like I don't know. I feel like high maintenance friendships are kind of like healthy and unhealthy in ways. Do you
Yeah,
agree?
I would say it depends on the person, definitely. Like there are people who are comfortable. Actually, I'll go back to this, but there are people who are comfortable being a floater friend and then a high maintenance friend, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And so for that, like it just has to be in agreement, like from what I understand, like reciprocation is really important. Actually, I think it is really important, period, to everyone, right? Like
Yeah.
reciprocation, just like, you know, seeing that they feel the same way. But I think also what's important to know is that what also makes a real friendship is when it's clear when there's differences, and like when it's clear differences, but it could be communicated,
Yeah.
For me with my friends, like they know that I don't have an infinite social battery while they, not infinite, well, they have a much bigger social battery,
Yeah.
but we hang out very often and like within each other's parameters because they know we have that difference. If it's something that like isn't communicated properly and isn't just like comes out of nowhere, that like they stop reciprocating that energy that you would want and expect from them
Yeah.
because you're giving it to them, and then you don't know that they aren't comfortable with it or something like that, then that's not it doesn't imply that it's like sustainable. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, even people forget that even in non-relationship contexts, like romantic relationship contexts, communication is still key.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I've had like a few friendship breakups because like I was a very high maintenance like friend, but like it's also like I don't want to feel like I'm not being prioritized as much as like your other friends when I have like such a deep like friendship with you. You know what I mean?
yeah. But at the end of the day, too, like, you can't blame yourself for wanting what you want,
Yeah.
Like, that's just who you are. And then, like you said, or like I said, you're a mosaic of the people around you.
Yeah.
So if you can't have people who could fill that compatibility, then it's not a bad thing, right? Everyone is still just figuring things out too. Like it's not perfect, right? Yeah. But like I said, it needs that communication and that confrontation if something makes someone uncomfortable, or like
Yeah.
it's difficult for someone to deal with the maintenance or something like that, right? It's different for everyone, obviously. But, you know, that's what's important about it. But what isn't the right decision is to just change yourself for somebody. You know,
Yeah.
if it really doesn't work out, it's not a matter of effort. It's a matter of that compatibility, right?
Have you ever had a friendship breakup?
Oh, yeah. I think also it's not just like friendship breakup, but it's also like just drifting apart too.
Yeah. I feel
Because,
like that's the worst thing because like it's not really like a goodbye either.
for example, I've been in like different friend groups when I was in high school. I would call myself like a floater friend, but I also had like friend groups I was consistent with
Yeah.
throughout periods of my life. But honestly, with friendship breakups, in my experience, it wasn't like I hate you, get out.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like that ever. It was just like what we wanted from each other and like what we wanted to be was just different at the time. For example, right? Like for some of my friends who, like to stay more inside and like I don't know, just like to be inside a lot more. Personally, even though I'm not someone who has an infinite social battery, I still like to go out, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. It's not like I'm better than them because I like to go out,
Hmm.
or like they're better than me because they like to stay inside. It's just we wanted different things. So, yes, I've experienced a friendship breakup, but it was more like we just expected different, or we just didn't want the same thing. And it's natural, we're all just learning. And that also doesn't mean that like I hate people who stay inside. I have plenty of friends who do that.
Yeah.
But like, it's just different. So, but yes, I have experienced a friendship breakup.
Yeah. I think like the friendship breakups have been like I think I have a few, but like they've been hitting me really hard, especially because like I'm home and like all the nostalgia is like just like hitting me in the face. But like sometimes I wonder like I don't know.
If anyone,
I would talk to you if like you initiated things. Yeah.
yeah, I think like, okay, you don't have to answer this, but like, do you think you would answer if they were to initiate first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, do you think you would rekindle it or just like talk?
I think I would talk first and see if it's worth rekindling, but like the thing is like a lot of people change after like I don't think I was the same person I was a year ago. So I don't think I'd expect anyone else to be that as well. So if it's like good in the moment and like if it's just like a good like little like for old time's sake maybe, but like rekindling like something with a past person that like things end for a reason is what
I
I
agree.
mean.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And like, end isn't always a bad thing too.
Yeah.
If it's really what is best for the both of them, then it's okay.
Yeah. And not all things are like meant to be like permanent and just like they're there for like this period when you really need it.
Yeah. And like, some people really have a hard time hearing it, but sometimes life just gives you lessons,
Yeah.
not long term things like that.
Yeah. And I think like for me, I've had like multiple friendship breakups and I think like I really needed cuz I wasn't learning it like the first time. So like the universe really was like you have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the thing is too, like, it might sound like it's a friendship red flag in a person, but honestly, everyone's just figuring things out.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't have to be too stressed about anything like that, anyways. If anyone like feels that way as well. So,
Yeah. I don't know if I'd ever send like an I miss you text to like an ex friend. But like out loud like to other people I'll say like yeah, I miss them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've done the same. Yeah. But then again, it's what happened to need and it's what happened. It's what needed to happen at
Yeah.
that point in life. But anyways, something that I mentioned earlier, like, have you ever felt like a floater friend? Or actually, let me define it real quick. Sorry. A floater friend is someone who is like friends with multiple different groups of people, or like has plenty of acquaintances, but they're not super deep or close, or like see each other often with those people. Like
Yeah.
someone who is kind of like everywhere, but isn't really deep with any of them. Like jack of all trades, but master of none type of thing. Yeah.
I think like I think I've been a floater friend like throughout like my teenage years a little bit. Like when I was trying to figure out like what I liked or like what people that I like to surround myself with like but like between the people I liked surrounding myself with and between the people that like I wanted to surround myself with. So like I wanted to be like a part of like some girls that played sports or like whatever and like I wasn't really compatible with them and then like I wanted to be friends with like what's it called? A few like duos here and there. And not just like yeah, we were a trio, but like you can tell like who the duos were and everything. But I think like I've been a floater friend in college a little bit. Like so when I was still trying to figure out everything, like I was like, do I want to stay with like my orientation group and like or like the people on my floor and everything. And like that's just a matter of like just figuring it out with time.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
yeah.
I think too. I think everyone will have kind of like a floater friend phase. Honestly. Yeah. Because you have to figure out what you like, and I mean, if you find the right group of people that you're with for a long time, then that's great.
Yeah.
But I think it's also like putting in the effort to like make new friendships with different types of people is important.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being like a floater friend either. Like I will say it does get kind of lonely, but like having like different connections with like new people is just like I feel like it's nice to be like, "Oh, hey," like in the hallways or like while you're walking to class and everything.
Yeah, I think also too, in my experience, I have been a floater friend, but I would be like a floater friend, but with like a central friend group, you know?
Yeah.
Like someone that I would always kind of baseline to.
Yeah. But I think like what also scares me is like when I get close to these people, like how long will the friendship last? Like I think I was very hesitant to like really stick myself to like this group of people or like my friend group because I was like this is college and it's like the first few weeks. Like it's always good in the first few weeks. Like we're here in college, we're in a new environment, we get to do whatever the fuck we want. And like I didn't think that that would make a lasting friendship or like a lasting connection with any of the people that I was there. But I think that was also like my self sabotage and being like don't stick yourself to these people just because they're the first people that like have come around. But honestly, I feel like I keep mentioning this, but like time is really important when it comes to like relationships and like friendship building. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that definitely is a good point. Like everything is special in the beginning,
Yeah.
you know? Like everything because it is like everything is new with this person or with this friend group or something like that. Yeah. But also it's important to know even if like you have a great connection with them, like there's always a way out, you know, like you're allowed to like find new things. I'm not saying like be disloyal or like talk shit about them or like find reasons to hate,
Yeah.
but you know, just knowing that like you don't always have to be confined to one type of friend group or one type of person, you know. You're allowed to find yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the next topic. Talking shit, bitch. Oh my
What do
god.
you mean?
Okay, so I feel like this is a thing in like friendships where like they're like the line between talking shit and like venting and like telling the truth is like really blurred. But like with my friends, like sometimes like because we're around each other all the time, like you know, it gets frustrating. So like you want to be able to like confide in someone else and be like, "Bro, like I love this person, but they have been like on my nerves. They've been like, you know what I mean?" So like what do you think the line between like talking shit and like telling the truth is?
I think like qualifying it like how you were saying, like I love them, but you know, is kind of important. But it's also to like remember like I think venting is specific.
Yeah.
You know, like knowing exactly what is kind of bothering you instead of just like the whole person is like annoying me. You
Yeah.
know? I think that is one way to classify it, you know. But it's also the fact too that like if they're really like if you really do resent them, like you should not spend as much time with that person
Yeah.
in like yeah. And just for like that period of time, you know, to kind of like process it. If you do end up getting over it and you communicate about it and you become close again, then that's great, right? But at that time where you need to kind of like process like what you're venting about and if you have like a lot of resentment, then I think that you should take some time away from that person.
Do you think there's ever like a time where talking shit is okay?
I think it's natural, but it's like it definitely is not something that a person should normalize in their daily life,
Okay.
you know? Because like it kind of just is annoying to listen to, honestly. It kind of drives people away. I guess if they don't agree, then obviously. But if someone's just always talking shit and having like something to complain about, it just gets kind of annoying. At least in my
Yeah.
opinion, right?
Yeah. Like I feel like I'll vent to like a lot of like my acquaintance friends or like I'll vent like when debriefing, but like when it comes to my close friends, like that's when I'll talk shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good point actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think like how we were saying, close friends are more likely to agree,
Yeah.
honestly.
And like the closest friendships are actually like can be based off of like hating the same person or thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always hear about that. Personally, that's never happened to me.
Really?
No.
Oh my god.
I try not to hate on people too much, honestly, though. So I don't know, that kind of made me sound like I'm better.
No.
It didn't have like a situation, so or it happened.
Yeah, you're good there. You'll get there.
Probably.
You'll get there.
That being said, I wanted to bring up something, or do you want to talk about this more?
No, keep
Okay.
going.
I wanted to bring up something that we were kind of like touching on before. Do you think you put on like different masks with different friend groups or people,
Oh yeah, definitely. Like
or code switch?
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I did a lot of code switching when like because I wanted to be perceived as like someone that like everyone could vibe with. So I was like hey, like whatever. Like I was constantly like performing. Well, whatever, performative. Though I was like constantly like not myself or like myself, but
Wait.
like I pulled out certain aspects of myself that I thought people would like. Like I wanted to be like kind of like um kind of like dumb or like have dumb humor if that makes sense. So like I think I'm kind of funny. So like I'd pull out like stupid ass jokes and like I'd swear a lot and also like make it seem like I didn't care about things as much as I like really did. So yeah, I think like that's another thing that kind of made me appreciate my friend group more is that I didn't really have to code switch with them and like everything just really came naturally.
Yeah, I definitely agree, or I relate. Like I've done the same thing with different friend groups as well, where like I, well, obviously like naturally because I did like choir, but also sports at some point. So I would definitely talk about different things with them naturally. But yeah, I definitely relate to like code switching is fun. Like code switching is fun, but like
It's
not all the
very
time.
tiring.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is draining.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I agree. Like I have a friend group and like best friends who make me feel like I don't have to code switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's really important too. I feel like feeling like yourself is a really big requirement for really close friendships.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think like something that I struggled with, especially being in like a new environment, is like what am I like or like who am I? You know what I mean? That's so corny, but like I genuinely didn't know like wow, well, like what I wanted to like show people or like the things that I wanted to like really embrace. You know what I mean?
That's so crazy that you said that because I actually felt the same exact way in the beginning too. Or maybe a little still, but especially during the beginning when, like I said, I wasn't continuing to do any of the things I used to before.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy that you bring that up, but it is definitely true in friendships too. Like, that's what I also meant by like, it's okay to like find, or it's okay for relationships to not always have like, not always last forever, right?
Yeah.
Because you're, not only are we still looking for people that we like to be around, we're still like looking for ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, but when you feel like you are yourself, like you'll know, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I think too.
No, like I think another thing that like really scares me about like friendships in college is that like I always hear stories about people like being like, yeah, I had this big friend group freshman year, but then like looking back at it now, I'm only friends with like one or two people in that friend group. And like looking back at or like looking at like that experience just like kind of scares me because like I really love my friends. Like they're the people that like I can lean on whenever. And like it just scares me how that can like possibly be temporary.
Yeah, but then again, like you can't control it entirely,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I mean, would you feel? Did you feel the same way in high school? Like freshman year, you had maybe not a friend group, but like lots of friends. Or
I think yeah, but now that I've like have a different mindset like going towards things, I feel like I've grown to have like a little bit of a better understanding of like things don't always work out, but like still I hope they do.
yeah, yeah. Attachment is natural, anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a bad thing to be attached. It's like an endearing quality.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Like effort is what makes good relationships work, friendship or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And right now I'm kind of scouting like, oh, who's going to be at my wedding? Who's going to be who's going to be like the godparents to my children? Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was it?
It's a long time from now.
Yeah. I forgot what it was for girl, but like the equivalent of best man.
Yeah.
Well, it was like
Bridesmaid.
bridesmaids. Yeah.
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 I honestly like I don't know who my bridesmaid would be, but like they're talking about like what row do you think we'd be on like for your wedding, and I was like, huh,
Oh, they're already asking that?
Yeah, I was like you're a close second row. Yeah,
Damn.
you're a close second row.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave the first two rows open.
Oh,
Don't play.
period. Period.